Coast Guard heroes arriving in the Abaco Islands.
5 young boys create a rescue trampoline.
The first to run a marathon in under 2 hours.
We have seen what we thought was unseeable.
A relay of dogs will lead blind runner Tom Panic across the finish line.
Nicolas Mahut lost in the French Open, but then his 7-year-old son ran onto the court to give his dad a big hug.
Her and her sister have been heroes for many little girls out there.
I want to thank my amazing mom. She's my hero.
I love you.
Exactly what I was thinking.
When you are free to be you, it is the best feeling in the world.
He's the Sully Sullenberger of pizza.
My family is making a grant to eliminate their student loans.
We know deep down what's right and what's needed.
I'm going to fight this.
Who says I can't? Nobody!
Here it comes. Never been done in competition.
The category is love, y'all. Love!
Use your heart, your courage and vision to fix, to heal, to empathize, to connect. Because living life for something bigger than yourself is a hero's journey.
Hello everyone, I'm Lisa Wisner and I am the host of PowerUp Hero. I am so excited that you are joining us here live on this PowerUp Hero show where we interview heroes, people who are living everyday lives but being heroic in their actions. I'm so excited that you're here, and hopefully as we're going through this show, you'll learn all about how it is to live a highly powered up life. In fact, I pitched this show, this exact interview to the person we're interviewing today a while back, and I'm just so excited because if there was a reason to have a show about being heroes, it is because of our guest today. So I want you to think about your own life. I want you to think about the journey that you're on, and then I kind of want you to think about how you live through your days. You know, sometimes we have challenges. Some are expected, right? We know when some things may not go right. And then some are unexpected. How do you move through those? During this situation that we're calling 2020, I don't want to give it a title because I feel like some people are actually thriving through this 2020 situation. What is your lens of 2020? How are you seeing yourself in 2020? And just challenge you, how are you being a hero? Not only for yourself, but maybe for your family, maybe for your friends, maybe for your community, for your coworkers. What have you done? We want you to share your stories with us. So if you're watching right now, I want you to tell us where you're joining from. Maybe put in the chat how you are being a hero in real life, because our world needs heroes today more than ever before. In fact, this show is all about celebrating leaders in our community. It's about sharing stories of nominated Power Up heroes, sharing stories about the work they're doing, the mission they are on, but also their personal journey, their heroic journey. Being a Power Up hero is about living your best life, being an agent of change. And this show is all about you being the best version of yourself. So let's just think about when we're trying to elevate people, when we're trying to celebrate them. We hopefully get excited. I know I get excited when I'm trying to celebrate somebody. And the whole goal here is we want to shine a spotlight on them. So I always say it's really hard for you to celebrate somebody if you yourself are not glowing, if you are not shining. So think about that, right? How are you going to celebrate somebody else if you're not being able to celebrate yourself? I kind of feel like today, that may be the theme of what we're going to be talking about. Our guest today is Dr. Tammy Francis. And for me, I can tell you that Dr. Tammy Francis may not know this, but she has been that for me. And in so many ways, she has probably no idea, because she doesn't realize maybe there's people behind the scenes of the work she does who have been watching her and just see her move and see for real, she is a catalyst for change. She paves the way for us to feel seen and for us to be able to use our work to make change in the world and to make sure we're creating a world where outstanding leadership is not seen as something that is extraordinary. It's something that you can do, that every single one of us are capable of it. Dr. Tammy is a Texas native. I affectionately call her my Dr. Tammy, but you can call her Dr. Tammy. She's known as the Catalyst. She is an edupreneur, and Dr. Tammy is an assistant professor. She's an assistant professor, and for me, I know her from Del Mar College, but she's also known as our life business strategist, educator, global community builder. She's a consultant. She's an educational researcher. She's a literacy aid advocate. She's a speaker. She's an author. She's a traveler. Y'all, Dr. Tammy is so many things. And I think the whole purpose of recognizing Dr. Tammy as a hero today is because I have felt Dr. Tammy's energy as being a person who has gone through a journey and is being able to share that. And I really love how she even has books. One of her books is about manifesting more. Yes, we all want to manifest more and move in the direction that we want to move into and prepare ourselves maybe for the next level. Dr. Tammy is definitely a person that I aspire to have energy like. She has so much energy and life for the work she does. And I'm just so excited, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce you to my Dr. Tammy Francis. Welcome, Dr. Tammy.
Hello. You're going to make me cry already. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
Oh, Dr. Tammy, yes, you should be crying because this is all for you right now. Everybody who's watching, all the views are on you, Dr. Tammy. And we just need you to know that the work you do, not only in our community, but globally, like, you know, the community that I touch, right? The Corpus Christi community, you touch across the seas, you know? And I feel like you're doing something here. There's something about you, Dr. Tammy. There's something about the way you educate. There's something about your voice, by the way. I don't even know. Like there's just something about Dr. Tammy. So welcome, Dr. Tammy, and congratulations on being our Power Up hero today.
Thank you so much. It's definitely an honor, and I so appreciate you allowing me this space to share with you. Thank you so much.
Well, Dr. Tammy, we're just going to get right into it because I feel like we're going to be talking for a while today. There's so much I want to unpack, and I know you have a lot to say too. So let's just jump right into it. I want you to tell people, you know, who you are and what do you do for a living?
So I am an assistant. I'm an educator. So in all that I do, I teach. And that is my thing. And so I am an assistant professor, and I teach those students who are underprepared for college and who are taking reading and writing classes. And that's one of the things I do. But I'm also an entrepreneur, like, you know, building a legacy and creating space for the things that I love to do is primary for me. And so that's what I'm working toward now. And so I'm actually combining those two spaces and hopefully impacting the world. So that's what I do in a nutshell. I do a lot. So
I love it. I love that you're saying hopefully impacting, you know, hopefully. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know Dr. Tammy is definitely making an impact in this world today. So I just want to thank you, Dr. Tammy, for, I guess you could say, sharing your gift, right? There's something about the work that you do, and I may not have mentioned this to everybody, but Dr. Tammy is our Power Up hero of change. So we're seeing her as the person who takes you from your current state and transforms you, right, into your future state, whatever that is. So, Dr. Tammy, we're calling you the Power Up hero of change. What does being a hero mean to you?
Oh my goodness, it's overwhelming to be a hero. That means I must save some people. You know, my philosophy is if I can help one person on their journey toward more, if I can help one person reach their goal and achieve what they desire, then I have done my part. And so I am only as successful as the person and the people that I help. So it's all about you. It's all about what you do. And so that is my hope, is that I'm making an impact on others, because otherwise I haven't done my part here on earth.
I love that you said that, and I have noticed that about you. And I think one of the things that you do is you champion other people. And so, I'm pretty sure y'all are tech savvy. You can get on Google right now and Google Dr. Tammy, find her on her website, read her whole entire bio. But I want to unpack the parts of Dr. Tammy that I don't know, because I feel like those are the pieces that people may be wanting to hear about. So, Dr. Tammy, in the heroic journey, one of the things that I've realized is that there's a platform. We all start from somewhere, right? Whether it was a positive or a negative experience, I always say that your future legacy is based off of your past, where you come from, maybe the people who created the foundation for you. So tell us a little bit about maybe your family, where you grew up, and how did you realize that you wanted to be maybe a professor? How did you realize you wanted to be in learning and teaching?
Oh my goodness, Lisa, that's a long story. So the short version, that's a long story. But the short version, I grew up here in Corpus Christi and the South Texas area. And I say that, and I say South Texas because I think I spent more time in the hill country than I did here in Corpus. I'm a middle child, so I have been, I get the hand-me-downs and the hand-me-ups growing up.
Girl, I'm a middle child. And actually, I'm a middle child. We're 6 kids, and I'm the 5th. So just like imagine the hand-me-downs and I don't even know what to call it. Anyway, keep going, Dr. Tammy. I'm right there.
No, I say the hand-me-ups just because you know how the baby get what they want. So sometimes my baby sister got what she want, and so I had to kind of play with her leftovers after she went on to the next thing. So that's why I say the hand-me-ups. So
I love it.
But I grew up here, and we didn't grow up rich. We were lower middle class, and I guess is what you would say now. It's probably poor. I say poor, but now in today's standards, probably low middle class. And we didn't have much, but we had family, and so family was really big for us and for me. And so I always grew up with family, and not just my immediate family, but my extended family. I mean, my first cousins are like my sisters and brothers. And so, that's kind of where I started from, and that's kind of my foundation into what I do today. And so, when you come into my space, if I like you, you're like family. I treat you like family because that's kind of, and I use what I learned, those principles, and being around my family and how we approach family here as a Texan, with other people. And so,
So tell me a little bit about, so you've created some sort of a group. So I've joined a few of your groups, and I know that the very first time I connected with you was, but first of all, before I do that, I have to thank you so much because Dr. Tammy, there's once I was trying to launch my career as a keynote speaker, and somehow or another, I got an invitation from you to come and give a presentation at Del Mar on social media. And that's, I think, when I started to really engage with the stuff that you were doing. And I realized that you had a program about to win, women aspiring for more, or something like that. Like, I think that's what it is. Yes, now I think that's what it is. So you started a group about that, and then now you have like this conscience, I don't know what it is, catalyst program. You even travel to like all these places. So when you're saying that you bring people into your family, can you paint a picture for me of what drove you to create these communities? Like, you have these really strong, thriving communities of women, right, who are just connected with each other. What is that, and what does it mean for you?
Well, I believe, my brand is Catalyst for Change. And I think that people change and are comfortable with that change when it's safe. And so I have created these cocoon experiences, these small groups where you are welcome to join. Many of them are free, where you can join and take in the information to inspire your change and to create that change in your life. And so I have the Women Aspiring for More group, which really stem from what I do professionally as a literacy advocate. And so I work with adults all the time, and I thought, we need women. And I've tried to find a book club for me, and most of them are fiction. And I wanted something nonfiction, something to help me on my journey, something for encouragement, because at the time I was going through a lot in my life. And so, and I knew that, there's other women out there. As I was talking to other women, that was it. And so I created the Conscious Catalyst reading group, because then I had men saying, hey, what about us? What about me?
I remember when that happened. I remember when that happened. You went online and like posted a video about that.
Yes, exactly. And so they were like, what about us? What about us? We want to read with you. You know, because the text we were reading wasn't necessarily women only text. And so I was like, okay, but I can't create that space. You know, that group is over 200 women, and that's a safe space for them. And we have our own issues. And so I had to create a new space for men and women. So that one is for men and women, and we read text in there. And then of course I have my traveling community, because I also think that we need exposure to experiences. And in order to get that exposure, we must leave our current community. And it doesn't necessarily mean leaving the country, although that's my hope for you. And I hope you
Tammy. Let me surprise you real quick. I've been stalking you.
You have? Oh my goodness.
You, girl. Let me tell y'all everything, okay? So that was a picture. I'm going to put the picture back so y'all can see where she is. Dr. Tammy, tell us, where are you?
So I was in Egypt. So that's one of the trips that we took this year, right? I guess I would say during the pandemic, because it was going on, but it hadn't been the shutdown hadn't happened. The shutdown happened right after I returned. And so that's one of the trips in 2021. Stay tuned. We'll be going on more. And
Girl,
so that's
were we supposed to go to Spain together? Or I just know that I was signed up for something.
You were signed up for Spain, and we're going to Spain. I saved your video where you told me we were going, and whether we got to wear a mask or not, we're going. So so soon we're going. So I'll keep you posted.
Yeah. So what is this travel thing? Like, where have you gone? Tell me about your travel.
So this is all new. So let me just say, I really followed the traditional track. Like, I went to school, I did that. I focused on my career and just what I was conditioned and trained to do. And then right around 2016, I decided that I needed to do more and impact more. And so that's when I added some things. And so I added it a piece at a time. So I added the groups. And then in last year, I added the travel component. And that's where I have my retreats, and I have so those are more domestic, although we do have some retreats set up for Morocco and some other places in the near future. And so we'll be traveling.
Morocco?
Yes, I have a space there for us.
The travel drool, it's happening right now.
Some other places, but it just started. And so Egypt was really, I have an annual cruise. So that's an annual cruise, and we do go to different places. But the actual trip where we fly, Egypt was the first one. And so we'll have some more once everything opens up and it's safe and all that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. So we have some things on the schedule. So
Dr. Tammy, I'm doing a PSA right now. If y'all did not hear this, she said cruise. Yes. She said manifesting more. She said changing your life. She said transformation. And she said flying somewhere. That's not where you are, okay? You need to connect with Dr. Tammy. Dr. Tammy, I am definitely so excited to be able to let people know how to share with you. This is supposed to happen at the end, but for those of you who are watching right now and you may have something else you need to go to, you need to know that you can go to Dr. Tammy's website and find out more about her and connect with her about these trips, because the more, the merrier. I would love it, Dr. Tammy, if we could just sell out a whole cruise ship, and the cruise ship just be about being catalysts of change and just being transformed. And we're like the future presidents.
That is my goal, really to take over a ship. So that is speak it, and I claim it, and I accept that. So,
and I am there with you. I will buy a whole, do you buy cabins, you buy for your whole friends? Yes. And I speak that into my life. I speak abundance to be able to buy seats for my friends and be able to manifest more for them. So I just feel like there's just so much opportunity to be able to bring people together. And I know that people say that life is long, live your life, live in the present moment. But for me, I feel like it's fleeting. And this one instance I have to live on this universe, I better do everything I can to be able to live it to my fullest potential. So Dr. Tammy, one of the things that I've realized about you is that you okay, so I'm going to tell you something. Like, one of the things that I've been very excited about you is that you are unapologetically promoting yourself. Like, you just come out there and you're like, go buy my book. Yes, like you just so proud of it, and it reminds me of a program that I was invited to. So for those of you who don't know, I am a woman in the tech industry. So I graduated with a degree in computer science. And so I'm very connected with what's going on in the tech. And so one of the programs that I was a part of, and I just kind of have, I guess, when you're part of something and then they just kind of continue to include you in everything, Google Cloud launched. And so I'm part of the Google Cloud launch movement of just making sure that you have information like where you want it and where you need it. And part of that meant that they put us through what they called the I Am Remarkable program. And Dr. Tammy, I wanted to share a video about that because I really just kind of wanted to talk about how important it is for women to realize how remarkable they are. So for those of you who are watching, we will be right back. Enjoy this video.
I don't even know what words to put onto this page. Writing it down was quite difficult.
Okay. Hello. So, let's see.
Well,
I'm remarkable because I invest time in mentorship by nurturing the careers of women I work with.
I am remarkable because I took a leap of faith and left a 6-figure job because something was missing.
I'm remarkable because I make it on my own. I come from another country. I created my own company.
I'm remarkable because I learned 3 programming languages in 6 months.
I published more than 100 scientific papers.
I'm remarkable because I've been successful in my career for over 25 years.
I am remarkable because I'm technical and able to communicate with clients.
I am remarkable because I got accepted into Columbia last week. I think that makes me remarkable.
So that is why I'm remarkable. It felt really empowering, and I think I'm gonna try to do it a little more often.
I started realizing that I should be giving myself more credit.
You're always thinking, oh my God, what am I not good at? So just to think something that makes you remarkable just reminds you of like what makes you unique and special.
So welcome back, everyone. I'm Lisa Wisner, the host of the Power Up Hero Show, where we share inspiring stories about heroes in real life. And what you just watched was a video from the Google program called I Am Remarkable. I am so proud to be part of that program. And just actually not too long ago, well, actually it was a while ago, it was before COVID, we went through, I guess you could say, an opportunity where we trained together with a few other aspiring I Am Remarkable facilitators. And the I Am Remarkable program is really about empowering women from underrepresented groups to celebrate their success. I know for me, I had to champion myself. I had to learn how to say, yes, Lisa, you're awesome, and be able to tell people that. And so the I Am Remarkable program is a Google initiative all about empowering you to be able to celebrate your achievements and not feel bad about it. Don't apologize for being amazing. And as you can see on the screen right now, one of their goals is to improve the self-promotion and improve your self-promotion and motivate you and be able to help you see how the perception of you is not necessarily self-promotion. It's really something that you should be doing anyway. Now, when I was going through that program, and I was like, I am remarkable. And I went through it and it was like so empowering. And then I decided to sign up to be a facilitator for it. So I'm excited to be bringing that to us here in the Corpus Christi community. But one of the things that I remember thinking immediately was, they took Dr. Tammy's thing because this woman right here, y'all, I'm telling you, this woman is a hero. She has a program called I Am. And I'm not going to steal her thunder. Dr. Tammy, I need you to tell people about your I Am program because, I mean, let me tell you, it is amazing, and I can't wait for people to hear about it.
So I think we should affirm our greatness. And one of those ways to do that is affirmations. and to tell yourself affirmations. But, you know, my brand is all about sharing that too and making sure you know it when you see me. And so I created an apparel line that's I Am collection, where it has I am affirmations, and I am remarkable is not one of them, which is interesting. But I am powerful. I am limitless. I am worthy. And that's to share with you and just remind us that, you know, you are, and remind you who you are and accept that and embrace it. And so affirm your greatness. And so I created that to share with others, to not only, you know, because, you know, I put them up everywhere and I encourage people to do it. Some people do it, some people don't. But, you know, maybe with a mug, maybe with a shirt, you know, they'll and be encouraged and be inspired.
Part of my role was to stalk you a little bit, so I have them. So, but y'all, ladies and gentlemen, everybody who's listening right now, she has cloth face masks, okay? She has shirts, mugs, tote bags, and more. And we'll even talk about your business entrepreneurshipness after this, because it feels like you have, like, I don't even know how many businesses running at the same time. But this I Am program she has, I am limitless. I am Black history. I am global. I am a catalyst. I am dope. I am powerful. I am Taurus. I am worthy. I should say I am Leo. I need an I am Leo one. Yes. I am essential. I love that. I am essential. I am extraordinary. I am unstoppable, and more to come, right? And I think, you know, for me, the reason why I brought that in here was because after going through that program, I mean, you know, we talk about Google, you know, it's just this little company that's worth billions of dollars and just kind of makes way for everything we do in this universe, really. And I just think to myself, if they have created a program that they're making their employees be a part of, their employees need to learn how to treat themselves as remarkable, and then now they're sharing it out to communities and allowing communities to have an insider view of why Google is the amazing company it is. You know, that says something. And then to go through that and immediately go, they stole Dr. Tammy's thing, you know? Like, I kind of feel like you are greatness. Can you tell me a little bit, Dr. Tammy, about your greatness? You know, we talked about your superpowers when we did our pre-interview earlier, and your superpowers are teaching, travel, transformation. Can you tell me about how you live through your superpowers?
Absolutely. So teaching, I was born to teach, y'all. Like, teaching is everything. I can teach anything that I understand. Let me qualify that. But teaching is just, it's in me. Like, I was born to do that. Like, it's natural for me. And the way I approach things and think about things. And then, you know, transformation, I just think, I think about my past and the things that I've gone through and how it's been a constant transformation. And I think we should always be striving for what's next and doing those things that take us to the next level. And don't just settle for what is. Think about what could be. And so the transformation is something that we should always be doing, you know, and I think about the butterfly, like the butterfly is a big part of my brand, you know, and that transformation from this what people call ugly, not really, caterpillar to, you know, a beautiful butterfly. And I think that's how our life should be. Like, we should be constantly evolving, and each step should be more beautiful than the previous one. And then, of course, the travel, like, you should take that beyond borders. Like, you should not be bound by borders. And I think that is, you know, abstract and concrete, you know, those borders, you know, that I'm talking about. It could be, you know, that's a metaphor for how we live and how you should take that out. Like, a lot of people keep things to themselves and they don't share it with the world. And I think that's one of the things, but in order to share it with the world, you have to know the world and you have to be aware of what's going on around the world. And what better way to experience that than to go? And, you know, up until recently, I haven't had that opportunity to do much of that. I've traveled a lot. Don't get me wrong. I travel a lot, but mostly domestic travel. And so, you know, it's been kind of my goal to really travel internationally and to do that more, but not just to travel and go somewhere and have fun. I want to do that. I always have fun no matter where I am, but also in sharing what I do and my gift and what I teach, and, you know, how that transformation can help someone else. So, and sometimes it's just with a smile, right? So,
Dr. Tammy, I have this map and it literally has like 3 different dots. It has places I've lived, places that I have been and places I want to go. And this exact thing you're talking about, and by the way, if y'all are watching right now and you're not taking notes, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if things aren't working out in your life and you're watching this right now and you're not taking notes, take note, okay? There's so many things Dr. Tammy is saying that I just need to, like, tomorrow morning reread so that they're part of me. I just need to be in tune with all that's going on right now. First of all, go from what is to what could be. But what you talked about was travel beyond the borders, and it's not necessarily physical travel. Being able to have, what you do, Dr. Tammy, is you give us cellular experiences, right? Cellular travel is something. And it's that physical experience of being somewhere different. But even mentally, sometimes even just thinking about going somewhere means something, right? So, I mean, one of the things that I know I like to do, Dr. Tammy, I don't know if you do this, but I have Pinterest boards of places I want to go. And even though I've never been, and who knows if I'll ever go, like just immersing myself in pictures and visions of that. What they say sometimes is what's in your mind, the reality is created twice, once in your mind and once in the physical form. Do you agree that maybe there is some truth to being able to travel in your mind even though you haven't physically been to a place?
Oh, absolutely. Like, I think it starts there, because I think a lot of people are closed off to travel, and they'll give you excuses on why they can't, because they haven't even thought about and embraced the idea of it. And I think that's a big part of what I do, is thinking about your mindset and doing the mindset. And sometimes for some people that's first. And some people have a board, like you have your Pinterest board with yours. Like, if I had a Pinterest board with all the places, it'd be everywhere. Like, I can't choose. Like, I want to go everywhere. And I have goal like 50 by 50, so 50 countries by 50. So I love it. I know I look young, but I only have a few years to get there, so I gotta get started. I gotta get going. So
let's tag team on that.
All right, that's good, perfect.
Let's get it done. Well, Dr. Tammy, hopefully you know that I like to travel too, because I literally live my life. I have my budget. If y'all don't know this, my financial plan. Travel is like a line item that is not negotiable. Just like the mortgage is not negotiable, travel is not negotiable. So no matter what happens in my life, one thing I made a goal for myself, and the reason I think I've been successful is because I made a goal for myself that once a year I would be able to go home to visit my mom. And it was because one year I really wanted to go see my mom and just give her a hug. Like, I don't even know why. I just wanted to give her a hug, and I couldn't afford it. And it was like in 2014, I'll never forget. Not 2014, 2004. I had just graduated college, and I remember thinking, like, what am I doing? Like, I can't even afford a plane ticket to go home and hug my mom. Like, that's ridiculous, And that's when I realized that you're not going to make your dreams come true by working a job and just, like, spinning your wheels at your job. You got to, like, move, So that's when I was like, dude, I got to move. And things have really worked out since then. I'm able to fund 5 plane tickets every year with no issue. So it works out very well. So Dr. Tammy, I want to travel. So let's do this together. I'm really excited.
I have ideas too, Lisa.
Yeah.
So just so you know.
You have
ideas for you, for me and you. I have ideas. So
let's do it. And I don't think you've been to Kenya, have you?
No, I haven't.
So we can just go home. That's an easy one. Okay. Yeah. So let's just check that one. Like, let's pre-check that off the list. That's a very easy one. Okay.
That's the first.
So let's do a little bit of fun right now, Dr. Tammy. Okay.
Okay.
So one of the things I want to ask you is our fast 5-finger favorites. We always do this with all the PowerUp heroes, and we just go really fast. Okay. So we're just gonna ask you really fast 5 questions. Okay. You ready?
Okay.
The question is, what's your favorite book?
Oh, The Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss.
Really?
Yes, for multiple reasons. The message in there is just amazing. Like, it's a children's book, but the message is relevant today. And with our conversation we just had.
It's so funny you're gonna make me cry. It's so funny you should say that, because I read that book. Like, when I'm going through something, like, Dr. Tammy, I feel like a kid. I pick up that book to read it. Like,
I read it to my college students even today. Like, every semester, I read it to my college students.
And do you know what version I read? I read the version, there's no version, but I read the physical book that my mother in law, my husband's mom, gave him when he graduated college. So when I read it, I read what she wrote to him, and then I read it, and I just think of all these people surrounding us who are there for us as we're going through our journey. Oh, I didn't know you were going to say that. Y'all, you need to know, like, these interviews just happen, okay? We're not, like, pre-interviewing everything. So here I am, like, almost in tears. So Dr. Tammy, stop with that book. But, okay, so I asked you that question, but I really wanted to bring in the fact that you're an author. You have written really awesome books. And so you have a book that's coming out right now, but the very first book I ever saw that you wrote was Manifesting More. It was like a playbook. It was like this thick book, right? And so you're an author. Tell me about your books, Dr. Tammy.
So yes, and I have a lot of professional like articles and stuff, but then I decided I'm going to write. I had ideas. And so the playbook came from the idea that, I was really talking to like my community. I had mastermind groups and things like that under the Catalyst for Change brand. And I was, having mastermind groups with women, and we were doing all these strategies, and I was creating all these templates. And I realized, we could put all these together in one book, because this is a playbook. This is a playbook for life. These are strategies for your life. And so that's why it's black, like a playbook.
Yeah. Okay, I have a picture of it. Hold on. I'm going to move to the side because it's going to take over our screen a little bit. Okay. So do you see it?
Yes. And so, so I created that because it's the foundation to what I do, and everything that I talk about is in there. Like the affirmations, the I am, there's instructions in there on how to create your own and how to make them even longer and more involved and more rich, so you can really apply them to your life. I have, I've done some collaboration projects. So I have Stronger, a guide for women entrepreneurs during a time of crisis. That one was for during this pandemic. And then I have You Can, 33 stories to uplift and inspire. And that one is another collaboration project. I am one of the authors in that particular book. And then the one that I released last week is Reap More. I have a theme. Can't y'all see Manifesting More, Reap More? There's a theme to what I do.
I love it.
That book came out last week. And actually, I'm looking out the window repeatedly because UPS is finally supposed to be here. That one was delayed at the printer. So I'm really excited to get it out to everyone who ordered it. So that one launched, and it's available on my website. You can go to drtammyfrancis.com. You can even get it on Amazon or any online distributor, Walmart, wherever you buy stuff. So that one is a book of quotes. And that one is a lot of the quotes and my original quotes and things that I just, like I say these things, like my tweetables, I call them my tweetables that you just, you wrote one down. I tend to put those, I kind of collect those and put those where everyone can have them in one place. And so that's what that is.
That. Okay.
And it's a little bit about my life too. So
yeah. So I'm gonna zoom in so I can give people a lesson here. So first of all, like Dr. Tammy just took things that she already does and puts them into a book, right? So it's kind of like you're already doing them and then you've published a book. So your playbook sounds like it's a book of like working through something. Like I'm going to be working through this book. Yes. The second thing is she takes her tweetables. Okay, so we're all on there, like on social media, posting our thoughts, and she turned them into a book. Dr. Tammy, would you be willing to come back and teach us how to publish?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's something else I do. I help authors tell their story. So that's something else that I do. So I would love to do that and take you through the process. So, I am a literacy professor. So reading and writing is my thing. And I've learned over the years how to help people tell their story in a way that's manageable, because people think of, the Stephen Kings and the Robert Frost and all the people who is writing, but you and I are writers too. And it's just the way we tell our story and think about the process. And so, I help with that too. And of course I self-publish. And so I have my own publishing company. So I actually publish and go through the publishing process. I can show you how to do that too.
Y'all. Okay. So we need to schedule a how to get published. Okay, so if y'all want to have a how to get published session on the PowerUp Hero Show, you need to comment or you need to post it. Otherwise, we won't have it. So if no one comments about it, then we just won't do it because obviously no one's interested. But the point is, if you're watching right now, then let us know if you're interested. I am going to have one-on-one time with Dr. Tammy by myself unless you guys say you want us to do it live. And we'll just do it live. I think that'd be fun if we just did it live.
That's fine.
And just kind of like share.
We can start with you.
What?
And we can start with you. You
Yes!
can be the example on the screen.
I can be the guinea pig. Oh my goodness. Okay, Dr. Tammy, let's continue with the fast 5 finger favorites.
Oh, okay. Still in the 5. That's 5. Sorry.
We just did 1. Oh my God, it's the longest one ever.
I'm
Okay.
not too fast at this.
Yeah. Now you're gonna tell me you have a movie publishing company. Okay. What is your favorite movie, Dr. Tammy?
My favorite movie is Bad Boys 2.
Why?
I know. Of all movies, right? Bad Boys 2. Not 1, not 3, 2. And, I can actually have a whole conversation just quoting lines from that movie. That's how much I've watched it. That's how useful it is to your life.
Okay. Well, note taken. Bad Boys 2. I'm going to add that to my Trello board. I have a board of like things to watch when I'm wondering, and I can just go find it on Amazon. So
a mindless task, do that. Watch that.
And it's interesting. We've probably all seen it, but now we're going to see it, really understanding why do we need to see this again, right? Okay. So Bad Boys 2. What is your favorite song, Dr. Tammy?
My favorite song is Still Standing by Monica.
Oh, I like that song.
I've been through the fire, I've been through the rain. People have thrown my name through mud, and I'm still standing.
Man, you brought Monica back. Monica. Okay, so can I just say something that's really probably nobody knows who these people are? Have you heard of that band called Danity Kane?
No.
Oh my God. Okay. So they were like a blip in the universe of like music. And I don't even know how I how you're going through your stuff and you find like old CDs. And like I found like a thing of like CDs and I was like, what is this? Like who even has CDs anymore? Of course I have a CD player in my car, the only place. And so I like put the CD in Danity Kane. What is Danity Kane? And let me tell you, Dr. Tammy, I was back to whenever Danity Kane came back. I was like in it. It was awesome. And you just brought Monica back. I'm going to find Monica on Spotify and get back into Monica.
She has a new song, so she's still here. She's kind of like Ella. She's not going anywhere. She's just...
Okay, Monica. All right, Monica, I'm going to find you and keep in touch. I'll keep in touch, Monica. Okay, Dr. Tammy, moving on with the fast 5 finger favorites. What's your favorite quote?
Quote by Maya Angelou. Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. Oh, love that.
Oh my goodness. Maya Angelou. So success is liking what you do.
Yourself first.
So say it again.
Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it.
Ooh, I love that. It's about authenticity, right?
Yeah, and it's about everything we've talked about today. Knowing yourself, embracing your greatness, and doing what you love. And yeah, that's what my platform is about.
I really love that. And can I just tell you, okay, so one of the things for me is understanding that in the heroic journey, we all live knowing that you're going to have challenges, right? So you don't live your life. For me, I feel like I need to tell my boys, I need to tell everybody, don't expect everything to go as you plan. In fact, you should expect it to not go your way. And when it does, you should say, perfect, I prepared for this, right? That's why you work out at the gym, so you can be strong for whatever you need to, for the zombie apocalypse. I'm kidding, I'm totally kidding. You can jump over that fence where they come. No, you need to be strong for yourself so you can live a full life, thriving, right? And the point is also like when challenges come your way, this is why we read affirmations. This is why we prepare our minds for the challenges. And so, when you said that quote, it just reminds me of something I was going to bring into the show anyway. And it really reminds me of this quote. So we're going to take just another short little break. And what we're going to do is lead that break with this quote by Maya Angelou, also, Dr. Tammy. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Our magic is in our love and tears, our fears and our flyness.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Woo, child, tired of the foolish. Gone, dust your shoulders off. Keep it moving, yeah, slow. Step into some new kicks. In there, swimwear, going to the pool quick. Come now, come dry your eyes. You know you a star, you can touch the sky. I know that it's hard, but you have to try. If you need advice, let me simplify.
Change the world. We've already started.
You must never be defeated, ever.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you doing?
I am black and proud.
The future belongs to all of us. Baby, how you feeling?
That was an amazing video, and it was all about the Black Girl Magic movement. I remember when the first time I ever heard the Black Girl movement, in fact, the first time I ever heard those words were when Michelle Obama spoke them. I can't remember where, but she spoke those words, and then I started researching it going, what is this? And it really is a movement that makes me feel excited, and I feel like I need to share this story, just a little taste of why Dr. Tammy is my personal hero. So this Black Girl Magic movement was popularized by Kashawn Thompson, and it was really a way of celebrating Black girls' beauty, power, resilience, and really congratulating Black women for their accomplishments. I remember my first time being here, and I'm not going to tell you the situation, but I'll never forget feeling like a thing. I don't know if that even makes sense, but feeling like I was being judged by the color of my skin and not the value of the work I had done, and it was really hard. And so this video really for me just speaks to me a little bit more about why I'm passionate about being inclusive in the work that we do. You know, when we think about why we serve in this world, I see Dr. Tammy, and sometimes the things she does, I just think to myself, she sees me. She's not talking to me, but she sees me. And I think it's about, you know, understanding that we all have our own unique experience. You know, I want to talk about what intersectionality is. You know, I am not born in the United States. I'm born in Kenya. I came here as an immigrant, and yes, I am a U.S. citizen now. There's some complexity in that. I am Black. I am a woman. There's some complexity in that. I am a wife. I am a daughter. I am a mom. You know, there's just so many complexities that make me who I am. And sometimes I felt like we are, I guess, defined sometimes by our visual, like what people see. And I want to speak a little bit about this with Dr. Tammy. And the reason I brought this up was she spoke about Maya Angelou, who we absolutely love. And I'm sure you do too. But I want to bring Dr. Tammy back on because this video to me was a true representation of why it's important to see people like you doing things and being unapologetically, I guess you could say, great. You know, Dr. Tammy does not apologize for her greatness. She's amazing. And she powers me up to be powered up. And she may not realize this, but there's times when I feel embarrassed or I feel like no one's watching or nobody cares, and I'll see Dr. Tammy do something and I'll go, yes, Dr. Tammy, I'm right there with you. So as we're moving through this, I need you guys to know, you know, there's different type of experiences we can have. And, you know, some of the different roles we have are street smart versus book smart. I think Dr. Tammy's the book smart. I'm a bit of the street smart, you know, and I feel like, you know, everyone has a space, but I feel like the stories that we tell ourselves are really about our own lived experiences, you know. And I think when this world that we live in now, you know, we've had a bit of social unrest, you know, I think it's being very specific to whether it's class or gender or race or, you know, who's doing what for who. And I feel like with Dr. Tammy, I can talk about this, and I want to talk about it. I want to talk about the fact that I feel like, you know, our gender, our gender nonconformity, our race, our class, you know, whatever it is that we want to be should be okay, and we should be judged for our efforts, and we shouldn't be judged for what people see or where we're at. Dr. Tammy, tell me, what does this video mean to you?
Oh my goodness. So first of all, I'm trying not to cry on screen. and I'm not doing a good job. So thank you, Lisa, for that. You know, I almost broke down when Maya Angelou said, "You can't be defeated." Oh my goodness, it was just like, you know, because I think that can happen easily. And this video just reminded me of all the greatness that is around and how there are those people who, you know, walk into it and step into it. And that it's okay if I do it. It's okay if you do it. And so this video is a great reminder. And I hadn't seen it. So that was my first time. I wish I had seen it before so I wouldn't be so sappy right now. But you know, it just reminds me that it's okay that I embrace my greatness because, you know, right now, even during this pandemic, things are happening that I've worked so hard for, and I've been struggling with that. And this is a great reminder. This timely video. Thank you, Lisa, for selecting it. I really appreciate it because it was a great reminder that it's okay. And you know, I don't talk about a lot about what I do, and some people don't. Even though I share all my stuff,
Yeah.
publicly, some people don't pay attention, but I don't necessarily talk about it either. And so, because of those things that you mentioned. And so this video just reminded me that it's okay, like embrace it and keep going. And I do it, but I do it silently. Like I do my own little dance in my home. Like I don't you know, when something good happens, I just do it at home. But you know, I love it that the women in the video were publicly sharing their greatness and publicly embracing that and sharing that. And I think that everybody should take something from that, like embrace your greatness and share it with the world and like really share it. And it's okay if you do that.
Yeah. And I find sometimes myself saying, you know, thanks for teaching me that. You know, sometimes you go through things that are difficult and you're like, I can't believe that happened to me. I can't believe they did that. I can't believe this is going on. And it's like, no, take a step back and think, you know, what lesson do you need to learn here? So I want to ask you, Dr. Tammy, have you ever had an experience where something was going on and you woke up and you realized that you needed to be woke?
Yes, and more than one. I mean, I can think of several. I can even just think of some this summer. You know, I think I fell asleep, like literally. I think I lost my breath, like literally this summer, you know, knowing that my sister was in a coma for 9 days. Like, no, like that really hurt. Like, she's my girl. You know, things like that have happened. But I even remember back when I was, you know, in high school, like my great grandmother would call me 99. That was her thing. And when you're little in elementary, it's cute. But when you get in high school, it's not so cute when you are a teenager not doing the typical teenage stuff because you know you like to read, you like to do all these other things that's not typical. And so I went into a depression, and it was my cousin who actually one my cousin who passed away from lupus, who at the time she was living with me, and if it wasn't for her, I don't think I could have got. And I woke up and I realized it's okay to be different, it's okay to do what you do, and it's okay to be who you are. So when I got to college, I really approached life that way, and I have ever since. And of course, throughout the years I've had trouble and setbacks, but oh my goodness, I think I can see each decade being better, and I think this one is the best yet. So stay tuned. But yeah, I've had things like, you know, I've suffered depressions. You know, I've had extreme deaths that really took the air out of me. And you know, you come back, and some people didn't even know it was going on because you keep going. You keep going.
You know, and I can say that so that was a lot of.
I know, I've been through a lot.
I'm still on your sister, by the way.
Yes.
What?
That was in July. And, you know, she was in the hospital a lot longer, but for 9 days, nothing. And, you know, we even had a dinner with her nurse last week. And her nurse told us she's not originally from me. She's one of those traveling nurses that since she's been here since she came in July, my sister is the only one who's made it out of ICU.
Is this from COVID?
Alive. And so that, you know, so things like that. And so that, yes. Are we still here?
Yeah, I think we got a bit choppy.
Okay, yes. Okay, it kind of froze for a second.
Should we do the bandwidth freezing? I call it the breakdancing time. This is the time to breakdance, so you look cool. You can make the zero bandwidth look good, y'all. Anyway,
yes.
That is okay. I had no idea, obviously, that your sister went through that. So I'm really sorry to hear that, and she's doing better now, right?
Yes, she's doing better. She's doing amazing. She has fully recovered, clean bill of health from the doctor. And so that's where Reap More came from. So during that time, even though that was probably my lowest time emotionally, like I was a emotional wreck, like just paralyzed, I decided to channel that energy. And that's where Reap More. I started Reap More last year, but I put it down. And during that time, I picked it up and I said, this is going to be done. This is going to get done now. And it's done.
Oh my goodness. I love that. Oh my goodness. So, sometimes, we say these things and I think it seems silly, but when we're living through them, it's like, oh my God, like it's for real. Because I would read these quotes of the obstacle is the way when I was like 20, 30 and be like, yeah. And like, yeah, you had obstacles, but sometimes like when you get a little bit older, and I'm not trying to say like I'm old or anything, but I'm just saying like the reality is the obstacle sometimes is the way, right?
Yes.
Here is a book, Read More, right?
Yeah.
So we will be getting that book, which I have ordered. So UPS, you better like deliver because we've been waiting, all of us.
Yes. Yes, we have.
All of us ordered are like waiting for Dr. Tammy's book.
You're waiting. You'll have it this week.
This is the longest 5-finger favorites. Like,
I'm sorry.
Like, it's supposed to be fast 5-finger favorites, and it's like slow, fast 5-finger favorites. But that's okay. Value is being given right now, okay? So we talked about your favorite quote. Now I want to introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to my Dr. Tammy. Dr. Tammy is a native of Texas. And if you do not know my Dr. Tammy, she is the catalyst. She's an edupreneur. She's an assistant professor. She is my life and business strategist, my educator, global community builder, consultant, educational researcher, literacy advocate, speaker, author, and traveler. Dr. Tammy was nominated by me, Lisa Wisner, to be our Power Up Hero of Change. She's all about you manifesting more. She's all about transforming you so you can reap more into your future. And I like to say that Dr. Tammy will take you from your current state and move you into your future state. Her superpowers are teaching, travel, and transformation. Dr. Tammy, tell us, the final fast 5-finger favorites question for you is, how do you wake up in the morning? If you had a perfect day, what would your morning routine be?
Oh, well, my perfect morning would be that I would wake up. It would be 74 degrees, the sun shining, and I love to read like I guess you would call them those daily books, is like a daily devotional or meditation book. Read that. So that's one of the reasons I created Read More. So that would be another offering for people to use in the morning. And with my tea, with my hot tea, and just some time to read, reflect, and take in life. And I think that we don't get enough of that time to pause and just take in life and really just have a slow start to the day. And, I do some of that now, but it'd be nice if it was a little slower.
Of course, I muted myself so I wouldn't be messing up with all my talking. But so you talked a little bit about like taking it easy in the morning and just relaxing through your routine. So do you have like a hectic life? Is that why?
Yes. Yes, I usually have 5 minutes to myself, and then I'm up and out. and before it was out the door. Now it's just up and out of my room. Like I'm doing things. Like I have, school going on. I have to do my classes. I have meetings, Zooms, everything's going on at once. And it's really crazy these days, especially now that school has started. So, and the semester has started for me. And so it's fun. It's fun. I'm going between the two boys and myself, and it's crazy. So I get up and I hit the ground running, typically. And so it'd be nice to just be easy like Sunday morning, like Lionel
Easy,
Richie.
I've totally gotten into like posting that. Like, oh, I love my blanket. It's like I love blankets. Do you like blankets? And so like when I grab my blanket, I'm like easy like Sunday morning, and it's like Monday. I'm just like gotta get into that easy like Sunday morning mood whenever I need to. So Dr. Tammy, I went and grabbed your book. I got your book. You Can. And so I really love this book because it was a book that was a collaboration. And I like the fact that there's 33 stories in here, but there was a whole bunch of people who came together to make this book come to life. So because I have this book, I just want you to share with us just an excerpt of why this book, why you wrote about flow. Your story is about the decisions that we make, right? So talk to us a little bit about flow and the story about how you can, okay?
You can. So flow. The thing is that you mentioned decisions, and decisions are the catalyst for change. Decisions are what spark the action. Nothing happens until we make a decision. And so I know that this pandemic that we're in the middle of right now in 2020, at the time of this, is, initially in March, when things started shutting down and things are closing and people couldn't do anything, no one wanted to do anything. We're not doing anything. We're not going to do it. We're just going to wait. We're just going to wait. We're going to wait. We're going to wait. And some people were really having issues with it. And I think, mental illness became a bigger concern and domestic violence became a bigger concern. But I really hung on to this idea that people were not moving. Like, even though the world seemed to stop, and that's what people use, everyone stopped. Like what you did even in your home stopped. And I just think that there's some things you don't need to get all hot and bothered about. Like, you just need to flow with life, because those things will come. And it happened to me too. Like, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to wait too. Like, we all thought it was going to be just a few weeks. And after it went on a while, you got to realize you got to flow with life. And in that flow, you have to change. You have to pivot. You have to keep going. You got to press. And so that's what I wrote about. I wrote about flow with life, to release that control that we typically have and allow what is and what is going to be to come. Because I think that everything happens for a reason. And even though this happened for a reason. And I can't tell you like how grateful I am for this time. Many people are upset with 2020. You see all the memes that say, no, 2020 has been awful. And I'm thinking 2020 is not so bad. Like, it has been good to me in other regards. It has given me time and allowed me time to do some of the other things. I've been able to put out products that I've had on hold, that I've had ideas since 2017 and had on the back burner. I have started in 2017, 2018, and I've been able to release those and give those to the world. And so I just think that's the time. I have always wanted to be a TEDx speaker. That's happening during this time. Like, things are still happening, even though it seems like a pandemic. And I think that people just need to flow with life, and whatever's going on, you still need to think about, what is your purpose? How are you meant to serve others with passion? And within the current parameters, how can you do that? And, I just refused. At one point, I just refused to allow that to stop me from reaching my goals, I tell anybody, I'm impatient. And when I want something, I want it, and I want it now. And so since I can't have it now, and I do have a plan, like, there are still some things I can do to work toward that. And I think any progress is good progress. So I chose to do something with that. And that's what I did. And so in the book, You Can, it's like, you can do whatever you want to do. If you want to do it, you can do it. And if there's anything that you're not doing, it's not because you can't do it. It's because you have chosen not to do it. So just do it. I mean, be like Nike. Just do it and go for it. and flow with life. Like, just go with the flow. We say go with the flow. And we say that when it talks about situations, but it's also with life, that life will throw curveballs. And it may not even be a pandemic. It may be something that happens, an accident, a death. Anything can happen, but you got to still flow with it. You got to go with it, roll with it, and live within that moment, because that's serving you in some way. That is preparation for your destiny. And those detours are necessary. And I think this is what this is a detour. And it's been so necessary for me to create all the things and produce all the things that I have inside of me and that I've been wanting to. But I was moving and shaking so much, like physically here and there and everywhere, that I couldn't do it. Well, now that I'm at home, I can do some of those things. And there's time for those things if we make time.
Oh, I love it. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I told you who Dr. Tammy was. So, dude, you just wrote another chapter in this like segment you just said. So let's go ahead and transcribe that and just write a book about flow. Okay. So one of the nuggets you dropped was the fact that you're going to be a speaker on our TED stage. We're so excited for you, Dr. Tammy. For those of you who are watching right now, I need to see the likes going. I need to see some comments in there. I need to see some affirmation. Dr. Tammy is going to be on the TED stage speaking for us, and we're just so excited that you're going to be a TEDx speaker at Cole Park.
Lisa, I'm so excited. I'm nervous. I am so excited. Like, I can't believe it. And of course, I probably put more pressure on myself than anything, but I want it to be amazing. I want it to be great. And I'm nervous.
Oh my gosh. You know, if there was a reason to have a TEDx, like, it's because of people like you. Like, we need people like you for people to hear stories about how to aspire for more and your ideas. You have a playbook. You have a plan of how to do that. And so I can't wait. So the date for the event is October 17th. And you can go to www.tedxcolepark.com to find out more about when Dr. Tammy is going to be speaking. And there's going to be a whole bunch of other speakers. I'm going to show the other speakers. So there's 10 other speakers. Dr. Tammy's right there, front and center. And she's going to be, I'm going to say she's headlining, but it's Dr. Tammy. But
don't get me in trouble, Lisa.
Yeah. Anyway, the point is that Dr. Tammy is going to be speaking at TEDx Cole Park. So if you're in Corpus Christi, Texas, or if you are anywhere around the world, actually, because we are going to be streaming it, it's going to be live, streamed through Zoom. Go ahead and sign up, get your ticket. It's a free ticket, so sign up for your ticket at www.tedxcolepark.com. And you'll be able to watch Dr. Tammy give her TED Talk. Yay! I'm so excited. Okay, so we talked about many things, Dr. Tammy. So let's go ahead and just kind of like move into the future. I want you to imagine yourself 5 years from now. Not that far. 5 years from now. What do you see?
Oh my goodness. One, I see that I am really, like, the things that are happening now, it's next level. You know, the things that the speaking engagements, the travel, all of that is on the next level. I have my own tribe that's kind of following me around the world and the country to my speaking engagements and on my trips. And, you know, and the impact is there. Like, a genuine impact is there. Like, people are not just, hey, getting on the bandwagon, but they have really experienced me. And that's what in everything I do, my retreats, my groups, everything, is that I want you to experience my gift and really experience it to the point that it moves you to utilize your gift to the utmost and to push you into your next. And so I just see that growing. Like, right now, I see my little tribe and we're growing, but in 5 years, I see it being explosive.
Yeah, we're taking over a cruise ship. I'm just saying.
5 years, that's the goal.
Dr. Tammy, we're getting a cruise ship.
2, but 5 years, 2 will be.
We'll buy out an airline, right? We'll just be like, all right, we're just gonna take out the whole airline. We'll just buy the plane.
Automobiles, cruises, we're taking over all of it.
We're taking over, yes. And I'm excited about that. And you know, it's hard to travel already, But imagine if you can travel with other people. You're going to spend that money anyway, but imagine your money would go further if you went with other people. So so I think that's the point. Like, I know I travel with my family and we're 5 of us, and we already save because we're 5 of us. So imagine if we were even more people, right? Yes. We would be able to go.
You know, you can start saving. Like, you already know we're going. So save.
Yeah. Just start saving, y'all. Just like I said, line item on your budget. Like, definitely. Okay. Not just for right now. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just excited because you got to hear from Dr. Tammy, and she's my Dr. Tammy. But Dr. Tammy, to close us off, how can people get in touch with you?
You can follow me across social media, Dr. Tammy Francis, and my website is drtammyfrancis.com. Like, there's a theme here. And so if you look for me, I'm there. So follow me, connect with me. If you have any questions, even after this, you want to know more. I know we kind of, I just did a little cursory preview of a lot of things. So yeah.
Yeah, I like the previews you gave. So I just want to encourage everybody to connect with you. First of all, I connect with you more on your social media. So I think anywhere you go, you can go at Dr. Tammy and you'll find her. And just subscribe and turn your notifications on, because if you're doing dishes or whatever, you could just be listening. And let me tell you, you'll be listening and then find yourself daydreaming because you're like, oh, I didn't think about that. Or, wow, I needed to hear that. So there's just many different opportunities. And sometimes I like to say you are what you listen to. And so just hearing you, Dr. Tammy, I may not be watching you, but I'm listening. And I may not even be live. Sometimes I'm just kind of watching after. So you do a great job for us.
So if you're in the car or if you can't watch me, have a podcast and the season starts.
Yes.
So not this week, but next week the season starts. So
that's right. So one of the banners that I had, which is actually on your website, is I wanted to make sure that people knew that that first of all they can learn more from you from your website, but I wanted them to know that your brand new book came out, right? So this is your newest book, which I haven't gotten. I bought it, but you haven't sent it to me yet.
It's coming. We'll have it this week.
Okay. So I'm getting the book. It's going to be autographed. And so I'm going to learn how to reap more. And I guess reap stands for something. So you're not going to tell us. Well, I have this one. So we can both be like holding up Dr. Tammy books right now.
Oh, let me get my directions right on this stream. Right. Here we go.
I know, right? Okay, there we go. So if somebody wants to take a picture for us. Thank you. And then, so I'm very excited that you were on the show, Dr. Tammy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, for making me cry and all that good stuff. And thank you for sharing that video.
Well, I'm just gonna encourage you to replay this and watch that video because you need to know it's for you. I saw that video a long time ago, and I remember feeling like this is a Dr. Tammy video. So that video.
I hope that's what my life is doing for others, is giving them the encouragement and seeing this Black girl rock.
It is like that. Let me tell you, girl. That's why I'm telling you that video is you. Like if Google was you, like you would have done that. So yeah. So Dr. Tammy, thank you so much and congratulations on being a Power Up Hero of Change.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you all so much for joining us today. If you want to find out more about Dr. Tammy Francis, you can go to our website, www.poweruphero.org. Once again, that website is www.poweruphero.org. And I also want to ask you, do you know a role model in our community? Do you know somebody who is a Power Up hero? I want you to tell us who they are. Or are you a Power Up hero? Do you feel like you have a story to tell and you want us to share it with the world? Visit our website, poweruphero.org, so you can nominate somebody or nominate yourself. We want your positive attitude and we want your commitment to being a hero in our community. Again, that website is www.poweruphero.org. I am so excited that you got to join us today on this show. We hope you were inspired to live your best life as the best version of you, authentically being you, not a manufactured version of you, authentically being the best version of yourself. Once again, I'm Lisa Wisner, and I'm just excited you were here. And if you have not subscribed to this show, you need to do so right away. You can subscribe to this show on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Amazon Music. In fact, we just got a notification that we have been added to the Amazon Music library. And if you are on YouTube, you can subscribe right there. On Facebook, turn on your notifications. Everywhere and anywhere that you tune in to podcasts and video, you can join in and be able to learn more about Power Up heroes in your community. My name is Lisa Wisner, and I'm just excited to be sharing stories with you about not only how other people are being heroes, but how you can be a hero in real life. Thank you so much for watching the show, and we hope to see you next time. Bye.